The input is taken from the 230 volts power supply mains. Transformer of 606 on the secondary side is used. This is given to the analog front end of the device, which has a high voltage limiter, buffer circuitry, fully differential amplifier circuit, and then to the precision rectifier circuitry. The rectified and the polished voltage, which is a DC voltage from the low pass filter, is given to the ADC of the microcontroller. The microcontroller used is MSP 430 42231. It has a 10-bit ADC and a software algorithm made such that the DC value are computed and the voltages are calculated. The DC voltage calculated is being scaled to as the reduced form. These values are compared with the normal voltage taken as a voltage threshold, and the classification of the signal is made accordingly. Anything more than the threshold is considered as swell and less than is considered as swag. The occurrence of the voltage fluctuation when occurred for a very small cycle is considered as transient. The microcontroller output 3.3 volts. We need to interface a LCD display to display the voltage quality. We use level shifter IC to boost the voltage to 5 volts to drive the LCD display. The values tabulated are seen real time with the values on the output terminal on the computer, and the clock can be started to same the values of the obtained data. Since we need to wait for the voltage disturbances to occur from the main power supply, we use a signal generator to generate a voltage fluctuation and is recorded. The signal generation with 50 Hz sinusoidal input of 3.3 volts is directly fed to the precision rectifier. The DC voltage is being varied up to 3.3 volts output and threshold as 2.5 volts and sag threshold being 110 volts and swell of 250 volts. As we vary the input from the signal generator, the DC voltage from the rectifier circuit is also varied, and the real-time calculations of the voltage is being seen in the terminal window. We keep the voltage threshold of the normal voltage as 2.5 volts, is scaled to 238 volts, which is the normal voltage, and is displayed as OK along with the voltage value. Similarly, as we increase the voltage, if the voltage is greater than the swell threshold for multi-cycle, then it is displayed as swell along with the voltage value. If there is a change in the voltage for a small interval of time, it is displayed as a transient. Similarly, for low voltages, sags is being detected below the sag threshold value, and the low voltage transients are also measured. The power supply from the mains 230 volts RMS and 50 Hz. The transformer used is a 230 volts to 606 volts output. On the secondary side, the output is generally 7.5 volts due to the non-linearities and the non-ideal transformer. Hence, the 230 volt input is reduced to 7.5 volts. We are considering this to be a maximum voltage. The two Zener diodes are connected as shown in the figure. The Zener voltage being 6.8 volts at any time, one of the Zener is working. The total voltage across this is 7.5 volts, and any voltage which is greater than this is being stepped down, hence it acts as a voltage limiter. Buffer amplifier. The output from the precision stage is fed to the buffer amplifier. This is used to prevent loading of the transformer. Also, this strengthens the signal quality. The loading capacity is increased using the buffer since its input impedance is very high and the output impedance is very low. Hence, it increases the current driving capacity and the voltage is replicated from the input to output. Output voltage is a replica of the input voltage. Differential amplifier. The fully differential amplifier is used to step down the voltage and is designed such that the gain is adjusted to be less than 3.3 volts using the gain equations. We know that the differential amplifier amplifies the difference in the inputs, hence cancelling out the noise. We are using the differential amplifier since it gives a better CMRR and the SNR and proper signal conditions is done. The output from the FDA is given to the precision rectifier. The full wave precision rectifier circuit is designed here. This is done using two op amps. They are OPA2277. It is used since it gives best precision and high output impedance. They offer improved noise and wide output voltage swing with ultra low offset voltage, high CMRR. The working For the positive inputs, diode D1 and D2 are forward biased mode. The op-amp 1 drives the non-inverting input of op-amp 2 to the forward biased diode D2. The feedback is given to the inverting inputs of op-amp 1 and op-amp 2 from the op-amp 2 to resistors R1 and R2 such that Vout is equal to the input Vin. During the negative cycle, both D1 and D2 becomes reverse biased. The non-inverting input of op-amp 2 will be almost at zero potential and inverting input will be driven by the input voltage Vin. Hence op-amp 2 falls under the inverting amplifier configuration. If we set feedback resistor and inverting input resistor are equal, then Vout will be inverted Vin. Hence during the positive and negative cycles of the input, output is always positive. Compensation capacitor C1 is used to ensure the circuit stable with the second op-amp in the feedback loop and hence the rectified output is being obtained. The ripple voltage has to be smoothened. This is done using the low pass filter. This is used to ensure a small ripple. The voltage across this is adjusted to be less than 3.3 volts where 3.3 volts is the maximum output voltage which is to be given to the ADC of the controller.